You can configure alarms in Keynote to set specific thresholds for performance and/or availability that when those are reached, alarm messages go out to you and your team or can be retrieved via our API. All of your alarms are configured in the My Keynote portal, and we'll walk through that on the next video. There are two types of alarms. We can calculate against performance of your site or the availability of the measurement. Availability is simply the ratio of successful checks over all tries. The possible alarm states when we detect a problem are either OK, warning, or critical. OK is when it goes back to normal after a problem occurred. The alerts are messages that go out to you when a threshold is reached. We call that a state in Keynote. There are two options for receiving messages from Keynote. One is over email. The other is to poll our API and pick up the states that way. The second option is great if you're trying to have your enterprise management system retrieve alarm states automatically from Keynote. So here's a quick example of how the calculations work. We look backwards over a period of time, something you specify in your alarm. In my example, I've got a 2-hour look-back window. That's the maximum. You can certainly go shorter, down to a 5-minute calculation window. But you set that in your alarm, and then the Keynote server is going to calculate the metrics for your measurement over that period of time. For this example, I've got a 13-second performance threshold set and 80% availability threshold. So looking back over my window of time, I've got 8 tests that are showing, and all of them are successful, and the performance average is 11.5 seconds. Everything's fine. Now, if I go forward in time and the errors occur, so now my availability has dropped to 75%, and that would set off an availability alarm. A message comes out to you telling you there's an availability issue on your measurement. Performance is still fine, so I'm not going to get a message about that. So after a little bit more time, another measurement happens. This is a slow test, so maybe the performance climbs above 13 seconds now. I'm at about 13.5 seconds. At that point, now we have a performance breach as well. You get an alert sent to you at this point telling you have a performance problem. More time happens, more measurements come in, and at this point we've got some fast measurements that have happened, and the performance average drops. So now I'm below my performance threshold. That's when you'd get a now OK message telling you performance is returned to normal. Availability is still in breach, so we haven't got a now OK message there. And more time passes, and then at that point these 2 tests dropped off the back end of my window. And now I'm showing availability of 87.5, which is above 80%. So I've gone back to normal now, and I'd get a message saying now OK. Creating these alarms is something we do under the Alarms tab of my Keynote, and we're going to show you that in the next video. Thank you for watching.